What up, YouTube? It's about that time again. Now we're going to tune into Reality Talk, and we're going to list Value 75 on Reality Talk, the House of Horror. So we're going to, before we get the show started, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to Reality Talk. Leave your feedbacks about it. And hit the thumbs up, you agree. Hit the thumbs down, you disagree. Hit the like button before I talk about this. Hit the notification bell when you stay notified when I drop out a new one. Now, and then we're going to tune in and we're going to talk about, before we get this started, and we're going to say, we're going to thank y'all for the views and comments. And we're going to, again, hit the thumbs up, you agree, and hit the thumbs down, you disagree. And you can catch me on Instagram on Real Talk 100. So let's get this started. Now, when I talk about the House of Horror, we ain't gonna talk about the spooky stuff, the scary stuff, like haunted house, nothing like that. This one's gonna be different, and I'm gonna let you know. I'm about to tell you about this, and these are the do's and don'ts, and what you should never have to go through if anybody have a daughter, a sister, a mother, an auntie, a grandmother, anybody, or your best friend. So we got this 31-year-old, and what I'm going to tell you about is about there's 9 guys and 1 woman that lives in a house in Cleveland, Ohio. So now, I had looked at this episode, and I would like to shout out to the guy that filmed it. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing. This woman she was a graduate student. She was a graduate student. I don't know what she graduate what graduate she from or whatever. She was a graduate student. She had children, and she was a married woman at the age she was in. Now, how she got herself caught up in the mess, I don't know. Now, they had put her in this house, this halfway house with all these men. But I'm gonna tell you this, it's not a good idea. What I'm trying to go over is, she had a room, and it was 9 men that live in this house, and some kind of way somebody raped her and killed her in this house. Now we have the maintenance man, then you got the landlord, and you got these other tenants that is there, and everybody pretend like they don't know shit. They pretend like they don't know a damn thing about what happened. Now, mind you not, they had cameras installed in their house, the outside and the inside. They should knew who was going in that house and who was going out that house. So you mean to tell me that this girl got raped and killed, and they found her with her pants down inside of their house, and nobody didn't know nothing? Hit the like button. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you exactly how all should be avoided. Number one, I'm very ashamed that family should be ashamed of herself for number one. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, they busted her in the house with her pants down, off, clothes off. Put it that way. I don't know that she been watched in the bathroom while she was taking a shower, or they probably somebody must have watched her in the room while she taking her clothes off every night and whatever else like that. It's something like that. It was a hidden camera somewhere in that room. And one of them, and then when the dude asked this dude some question, why the hell do you hear a telephone beep it ringing, but you didn't hear no woman screaming when she got raped? That's red flag number one. So y'all heard it, but y'all sit there and y'all denied it. Y'all denied it that anything had happened. But number one, now I'm going to tell you the reason why. Why that woman, why it was a dead woman inside of that halfway house. Why did nobody didn't get up and investigate this? Because she's black? If it would have been a white woman, was in that house right now, they would have broke their damn neck. They'd have been looking at tapes. They'd have been back and forth in the house trying to look for clues. They had all the clues right there. They had all the clues. Everything. All the evidence. But ain't nobody sitting here and stepping up and trying to tell the truth how that all happened. Now, when dude asked this dude, he looked like he looked like an ex-smoker or whatever. He said, what happened to your hand? Now his hand, the dude's hand, had gangrene. His thumb was infected. So I want to know that your hand is like that when you trying to charge at this woman and she trying to close the door and accidentally close your hand, your thumb on the door, or the edge of the door. Because that shit do hurt when you stick your hand through the door and you close it and it hurts. I want to know if that was it or it's something else. Hit the like button. Now I'm going to tell you another thing. Did anybody went and made a peephole through the bathroom door or through a bathroom door or bathroom wall, to see that, to peep? Because you got to understand, all these men are convicts. They ex-cons. They all been to prison. That's what a halfway house is for. When you get in trouble, when you got released from jail, when you got released from prison, you got to go to the halfway house. You got to stay there until you get your life together. You cannot live with your family. You cannot live around. You cannot. It all depends what kind of case you cannot go back into your neighborhood where you do your crime at. Hit the like button. So they sent them far away. And all these men in this house. So where's the rest of the men at? If it's 9 men, we only see 3. Where are the rest of them? You should have got all their information, all their names, their family's name. Because somebody knows something. Somebody in that house knows something. It happens around August 31st of 2024. I think 2024, 2023, but I'm not sure. But it's obviously around 2024. If you lived in that house, if I heard something going on, I'm going to go up there and see what's going on. Now, I'm going to tell you another way. So, why did they go inside of the house? what kind of, do they have any tree access? Because remember, they went to the neighbor's house. They went to the neighbor's house. Remember that. They went there, asked the neighbors questions. They went to the neighbor's house and they asked the neighbors questions. They went there and asked the neighbors questions about what was going on that night. Now, I believe it happened around 8:30, 8:45 at night. I'm not sure. But one of them was calling himself making a pass at this girl. The girl didn't give him no play. So he trying to invent, whoever, he trying to take advantage. Now, this guy, the maintenance guy, he kept talking, he kept running his mouth, keep on running off at the mouth like he had something to do with it, like he knew something about it. And he kept talking, well, I ain't me, well, it ain't me, it ain't me. If you ain't got nothing to do about it, what did you keep running your mouth for? Sometimes shut your motherfucking mouth up, homie. If nobody say you did it, then what you worrying about it for? Because you probably got something to hide. But now, I'm going to tell you one thing. All these men were sitting there like nothing happened. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing. And I'm going to tell you this. And the family, her family, all be ashamed of themselves. Y'all should have, she had two brothers. They got their own place. She had her mama. She got her own place. Why the hell did she didn't stay with one of them? Now, I heard that she went to jail. I don't know when she went to jail. She went to jail for a charge, like something got something to do with DUIs, something got to do with her drinking, or she was doing drugs or whatever else like that. It said it was like a rumor that she was supposed to be doing drugs, and she was married. I guess they got divorced and they broke up and some more other stuff. But still, nobody didn't step up to the damn plate and figure out what the hell is going on. If bet you's a white woman, they'd have broke their neck. They'd have been asking the whole damn neighborhood. Hit the like button. They'll ask the whole neighborhood questions. They had 90 police out there trying to find who did it. They had detectives out there to go around and find who did it. But when it's a black girl out there, oh, it ain't no concern. So we got to do our own investigation. So now everybody's telling lies. And I bet it's a white woman, they'll come up with the truth just like that. They'll come up with the truth just like that. No strings attached. How you tell the truth? Now there's a black woman out there, everybody playing dumb. So everybody's playing dumb now. Everybody's playing retarded. Everybody's playing retarded. Everybody's playing stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. Where you messed up at, you do not put a woman inside of a traditional housing with full of men that been to prison. I don't give a damn what you say. You do not put all men supposed to be in that traditional housing. All women should have been they should have put her in an all women's traditional housing for troubled women. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. They all should have put her in a woman's traditional home. Because you got men in there. You got men in there. They know what's really going on. Hold on, YouTube. Now, you know, Everybody knows that things are supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. Things don't supposed to happen like that. If you don't understand, if you do not lead the way of people trying to find who the one killed that woman been raped. And let me tell you another thing. Why they ain't use a rape kit? Why they ain't check this woman and see if this woman been raped? They caught her with her clothes up. She had her clothes off when they found her. When the maintenance man found her, she had her clothes off. She had no clothes on when the maintenance man found her. So let's find again. Y'all got all these cameras in this house, and y'all don't know nothing unless they cut the cameras off. They must have turned off the camera and then start doing it. Now the bedrooms don't have cameras because you don't want to invade their privacy, right? So somebody had to climb through that window and climb right back out the window. Because if you climb through the window and climb right back out the window, did you think the neighbors did it? Do you think that maintenance man did it? Or do you think the landlord did it? To me, all of them on the suspect list to me. And I'm telling you another thing. Those traditional housing supposed to be for men that gets out of prison to get their life back together. Y'all supposed to be getting a job. Those traditional houses not free. You got to go out there and find a work. You got to go out there and look for a job. You got to go take a job where people's in trouble. You got a second chance. Because if you put a notorious rapist inside one of them, what you think is going to happen? He going to try to make passes at that girl. And the girl ain't going to give him no pass. And that's when that happened. Now all of a sudden everybody don't know shit. Everybody's playing dumb. Everybody's seeing this and seeing that. But all y'all was up in this house. Y'all was in that house and y'all heard a phone. Y'all heard a phone ring. Y'all heard a phone ring, but you ain't hear no yelling. Come on now. Who the f you think you talking to? You think I'm Boo-Boo the Fool? You think I don't know what the hell's going on? I'm going to put it like this. One of them did it. One of them in that house did it. 100%. It's not a stranger. It's not the neighbors. Now, the neighbors heard a scream. But let me tell you one thing. One of them came out of the house, did it. If it's 9 people, one of them people on that 9, now they want to put like an unsolved murder. Police can't do nothing because they know enough evidence to prove that one of them did it. But I'm gonna put it this way, like this. I'm gonna put it this way. To me, all y'all on the suspects list. All y'all is going to remain on suspects list. And I'm not going to stop. And I ain't going to stop looking. And I ain't going to stop investigating until one of y'all going to give me some answers of talking. Or else that house going to be barbecued. Your choice. There will be barbecue. I'm dead serious. Because, number one, the family member should have had her living with them, for number one. Number two, what even make her to live in a traditional housing with all these men? What make her do that? You got a lot of men up in there. These are men. These ain't women. These are men. Now, for example, if a guy lived in a traditional house with a bunch of women, with a lot of women that been in trouble, what you think he's gonna have sex with one of them? Maybe two or maybe three, but I don't know. I don't want to tell. One of them gonna want to go to bed with him. Because you're in the house, you're in there with a bunch of women, for number one. Then there are about 7 or 8 of them don't have no men. Because you're in there with 15 women. Probably 8, 9 of them don't got a man. Probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them got a man already. And they single. You walk around. She want to sit down, have a drink with you, talk, do whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you kick back. Because somebody's going to give it up. I'm telling you. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. Now, a woman with all the men is different. Because one of them going to make a pass, and she was a married woman, for number one. And they going to be like, want to make a pass at her. You don't know what these men went to prison for. You don't know what these men been to jail for. But you sit here telling me that you don't know who went in there. You don't know who was upstairs that night when it's happening. And this motherfucking, this motherfucking maintenance man keep talking like I said, listen, homie, you act like you did it. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up. See, like I said again, stop putting these women in these men traditional homes. Men belong with the men. Women belong with the women. Now, if you're a transgender, you're going to take your ass in there with the men in. If you're a transgender woman, want to be a woman, you got to go in there with the men. Because you got the same thing down there like a man. You still got man parts. You decide that you want to have breast implants on your butt and your titties. And your thing still right there. Your manhood still right there. So you go in there with the men. But I'm telling you right now. They cut them cameras off. They rolled the camera. They stopped the camera. And I believe the camera will stop. That's why it wasn't no. That's why they didn't show nothing. I'm gonna tell you, they even cut, because when you cut the whole lights off, you cut the camera off too, because the camera run by electricity as well. So when you cut, it's gonna even did that, or they just cut off the camera by unplugging everything. Hit the light button. And he asked them, you mean to tell me you heard a telephone go off? Because the mama had called and nobody heard her screaming about what happened. Because when a person raped a woman, you will hear a scream. She'll try to defend herself. Or they must have drugged her. It's got to be one of them. Because one of them did something to that girl. And guess what? That tradition house is still there. Like I said, keep those bras. If them bras get in trouble, keep those bras out of those traditional homes with all these men. Because those men is in there for a reason. They in there because they're on paper. They in there because they're on probation. Their probation officer comes over there. to check up on you. Hit the like button. The probation officer come over there and check. Did anybody, I'm going to be honest with you, did anybody talk to their probation officer, their parole officer? Because I know they don't want to go back to jail. So, I'm going to put it like this. The maintenance man is on the suspects list. I'll put him on the suspects list too. Because he knew something about it. He the one found the body. So what happened last night? That's why the police, all those police, was protecting that traditional home. They were standing right there in front of. They were standing right there by the traditional home. 7, 8, 9 of them standing right there protecting their punk asses, because they knew what they did. But everybody's over here playing like nothing happened. But they had to cut They cut on a damn camera, but they couldn't hear a scream, but they could hear a phone. Y'all must have heard a scream and didn't get up and do nothing. They must have heard a damn scream and they didn't do nothing. That's what I would think of. Those bastards didn't get up and do nothing. They heard a scream and they didn't get up and do nothing. I'm going to tell you something. Before I went to a roommate, I had stopped at a traditional home. I had stopped and seen about a traditional home. I looked at it, but I didn't know, like, you know what? Nah. No peace. Because, number one, you gonna be, every time you look up, it's like, you gotta, when you go to the bathroom, somebody at the bathroom. When you go in the kitchen, somebody in the kitchen. When you go out in the backyard, sit down, somebody in the backyard sitting down. You're not gonna get no peace. Because you're around with all these troubled men. These men been in trouble. These men been in prison. So I don't need to be up in there. Anybody can move in. Yeah, you're right. Anybody can move in, but you got other people in there too, and they probably get in trouble too. You don't know what them people got going. So yeah. So I said no. I'm not gonna be in there with all them damn men. Hit the like button. You think I'm gonna go in there and be in there all, and then I went and seen another one. Same thing. When I walk past, I ain't even go near the house. When I looked up the street, I see 2 men sitting on outside by the porch. I said no. I turned around and came on back. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get in the house now. I gotta figure out how to get in the house. So then, now I'm saying, so stuff like that, because people here don't got nowhere to go. The people don't got nowhere to go. Their family don't have nothing to do with them. Some of their family is dead. Their credit's damaged where they cannot get a place. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. Because when they got in trouble, now they cannot move with their family. They cannot move with their ex-wives. You got some of them married. They can't even move back in there with them because they done a whole lot of underhanded stuff. So that's similar to this going on here at that traditional house. That one of them decided they want to do something to this girl and kill her. And ain't nobody know nothing. So yes, those people is on the suspects list. Yes, I say yes. They lying. They playing like they don't know nothing. But better yet, you heard a telephone ring. So yeah. Keep the case open. Keep the case open. And we're going to talk about more updates about this. But remember, keep the case open. I'm going to go back and talk about this. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk more details and more stories about this. Because they need to get some answers out here. Like I said again, they should have checked her DNA and see it was a rape kit. See she'd been raped. They should have checked down and see that she had been raped. They should have did that. They should have checked on the side of the house and see if they have any footprints on the side of the house where they could climb up there on top of the window. Because it's a big house where the upstairs. Yes. This is what they should have had done. They should have looked around in that room. They should have looked around in the bathroom and see any holes in the bathroom where they could peep through the door to watch her take a shower. That's what they should have did. They should have done that. They should have checked her room and see if any hidden cameras in the room to watch her go to sleep, to watch her get up, to watch her undress. You gotta watch out for those type of things, because you gotta understand these men been in prison, and you got some of them are perverts. You got pervs too that living in those type of housing. You don't understand that. That's why the police protected them motherfuckers. The police is gonna protect them. They act big and bad and all this, but you got the police protecting y'all because y'all know what the hell y'all did. Come on now. Y'all know what y'all did. Y'all know for a fact that nobody else didn't go up in there. Who? It could be one of y'all friends. Somebody knows something about something. Same thing. If you not sure, I read the video. Because y'all motherfuckers knew motherfucking well that was under y'all watch. And go for that landlord too. It happened under your watch. Happened under his watch. Now we're gonna landlord. Well, I don't know what happened, and I'm just. How the hell you don't know what happened? And you heard you heard her scream. What time? If you ain't hear none screaming, they must be asleep. They asked her, what time y'all went to sleep that night? What time y'all went to sleep? Them the questions they should have been asking. What time y'all went to bed? What time lights be out? What time is it that y'all went to sleep? Oh, I went to sleep about 10 o'clock. I went to sleep. I haven't heard anything. Okay, why is those cameras? Now, who cut off the camera? Now, I believe they turned the cameras off. Because if you had the cameras rolled back, that how many of these people went in and out of that house all day long? Because these fucking guys knew this. I'd rather sleep in a cold, rainy night before I go up in that house with all the men. I'm dead serious. Because these guys are not to be trusted. These traditional houses are not to be trusted at all. They're not to be trusted. You cannot trust those type of houses. You ain't got no room. You got to share a room. You got to share a room. You got to share a bathroom. You got to share everything in that house. You got to share. The living room, the backyard, the front yard, the upstairs, the downstairs. You got to share everything in that place. Yeah, my dad, see, for example, my daddy, my pops, was living traditional housing. And he was in there safe because he knew the people there. He just met the people, knew the people there. So he's good. They ain't gonna do nothing to him. Now imagine being a pretty thick woman living in the traditional house with all those men. She would not make it out of her life. Something's gonna happen to her. Most likely. You gonna have somebody's gonna, it's gonna be somebody's gonna be obsessed with that woman. That's why I'm telling you, keep them girls out of those men traditional housing. It's just like not going in the men's bathroom. If a woman cannot go in the men's bathroom, or if a man cannot go in a woman's bathroom, what make you so sure you're gonna put a woman into a men's traditional housing with all those men at? That's no way. That's no way in hell that a woman gonna found dead inside of the damn traditional housing. And anybody don't know nothing, but they heard a telephone ringing and y'all got cameras in the house. Now run them cameras back. Run them back. Everybody got names. You know all these dying people's names. What's their names? But everybody sit here talking. Oh, we was dumb. I was like sleep, and now did this, and I went to the store. I said, be quiet. Be quiet. Y'all got an excuse for every damn thing. Because they try to talk their way out of jail, out of trouble. I'm telling you right now. And shout out to that guy that interviewed them people. Shout out to that guy. He put his foot down. He put his foot down. He put his foot down. Ain't no police, ain't no detective. But they don't do nothing, but they want to wait for something to happen. That's what the police does. They want to wait for something to happen. They want to wait till something happen. And we try to tell them people, we warn them before it happened. And they brush it off. And then as soon as something happened, then here y'all go. Here y'all come. And I said, no shit, dumbass. I told you already something's gonna happen. Because y'all brushed it off. Y'all think a nigga made the whole thing up, but I'm telling you the truth about what's going on. Who put a woman in a men's traditional housing? They need to go to jail too. Because that's also conspiracy. So all I can say is, man, rest in peace to that woman. So thank you for watching Reality Talk.